Well, the tears of disappointment in the game against Germany didn't last long, as every Indian now has a wide smile on their face because the Indian men's hockey team has registered a 2-1 win over Spain. They have clinched a bronze medal, which is also their second successive bronze medal after they clinched one in Tokyo Olympics.
Well, 52 years later, India have done the double, because last time you won back-to-back Olympic medals, it was 68 Mexico City and 72 Munich. You got bronze medals there also. 80 you got the gold medal, and now 2020 Tokyo and 2024 Paris you got in the bronze medal. At least one of those original winners in 2021, the jinx hasn't impacted them, because you are going to get a new gold medalist, you are going to get a new silver medalist. The bronze medalist remains the same. It was yet another attritional battle, as we had expected. I had said that Spain versus India is going to be a very close encounter, and boy, did the Spanish push the Indians to the limit, because already there was a tackle that was done in the penalty corner, and that's why they got a penalty stroke, and because of that Spain took a 1-0 lead. But our captain, my captain, India's captain,
also called the Sarpanch of the team.
The Sarpanch of the team, Harmanpreet Singh, 2 penalty corners gives India the lead, and the wall can now retire on a high. 2-1 that India have won. Sreejesh retires on a high, not the highest of the high, but yes, he's retired on a high. India have won their 4th bronze medal in the Olympics. Incidentally, it's the 4th medal for India also. 4 bronze medals, if I have to look at it: 68 Mexico City, 72 Munich, 2020 Paris Olympics, 22 Tokyo, and 2024 Paris Olympics. What a phenomenal achievement by the Indian hockey team. So, if I have to sum up the journey of the Indian hockey team towards bronze glory, you won against New Zealand 3-2, you drew 1-1 versus Argentina, you won against Ireland 2-0, you lost 2-1 to Belgium,
and then you defeated Australia
3-2, you defeated the Kookaburras after 52 years.
And then you defeated Great Britain in the quarterfinals in a shootout, but you lost to Germany in the semi-finals.
3-2.
And now you have defeated Spain to confirm a number 3 finish and a bronze medal.
Who says it's unlucky 13?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not unlucky 13.
Day to begin with, I remember there were so many questions on Harmanpreet as far as the penalty corner conversion was concerned, but today didn't he prove himself? Both the goals scored by Harmanpreet, so he led from.
But he did miss 2.
Yeah, he missed 2 also, but the 2 he converted also, so definitely redemption for him. At the later half of the tournament, all throughout in the later stages of the tournament, he is somebody who has stood up, and Sreejesh just did what he does the best.
Yes, I mean, if you have to look at how the Indian team played at this point, there was a sense of calmness. Sure, they were undone by a couple of unfortunate things that happened in the game versus Belgium, also against Germany, but understand one thing: Germany were the better team. They wanted much more determination, and that is why Germany are fittingly in the final at this point. But India, if you have to look at it, 2 instances perhaps they might have missed being in the gold medal playoff. That's going to happen later in the day. I think that last minute, that substitution and that freak deflection that happened ensured that India were going to play for bronze. But we knew that against Spain, the unfortunate thing with the Spanish team is that they are mercurial. They will not maintain levels of attack consistency. Just look at it. India really had 3 tough encounters. If you look at it, against New Zealand, they were rusty. Every Olympics that happens, they are very rusty in the Olympics against them. But they had the best defensive unit that they had to tackle in Argentina. They somehow got out with 1-1. Harmanpreet scoring the penalty, and I think he will end with the leading goal scorer with 7, if I am not mistaken, Harmanpreet Singh. And because of that, India men's hockey team, whoever coined that term unlucky 13 now, that should be erased, because you have won your 13th medal in hockey.
I remember Siddharth, asking him a question that whether the Indian hockey is really on a rise after what has transpired in the Tokyo Olympics, and then he told me to just wait for the result of the final, Paris Olympics, and then we'll probably get to that. I think we can probably say that the Indian men's hockey team is definitely on the rise after what has really transpired in the last 20 to 25 odd years, considering their performances in Olympics. Could not really do well in 2004, did not qualify for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. London Olympics was also once again a letdown. down. Same was the case with Rio, but now pretty much we can say that the redemption is well and truly complete. Yes, they could have reached a gold medal match also had they performed a little better against Germany, but then these things happen in sport.
I'll also like to point out the contribution of Amit Rohidas. He wasn't there around last time, and today you could clearly see why did the team actually miss him during that semi-final also. That red card could have, you can say that sort of costed India going into the gold medal and silver medal game, but today he was there standing and did what he has been doing absolutely great, and you could sense that why the team missed him last time around also.
Look, I'll answer two questions. First, I'll come to Rohidas, okay? If India are saying that, oh, we missed Rohidas in the semi-final and that the red card was disputed, absolutely not.
No, it wasn't disputed, but I think you missed him in general.
You had
and
to
not
miss
been
him.
in
Well,
the team.
see,
Yeah.
but then India still held firm.
Yeah.
It just took a freak deflection from Miltosh to ensure that you were knocked out in that sense. Now, as far as your question is concerned about India hockey, somewhere down the line, I think, sure, if you're comparing it to 20, 25 years ago,
There's been a rise.
it's the shoots, if you look at it, the seed was planted in 2016 when somehow you managed to make it to the quarterfinals in Rio.
Yes.
Okay. You started seeing some buds, green buds coming out in Tokyo. And then here the plant has grown, but it has not grown exponentially. Let's be honest, bronze in 2020, bronze in 2024. For all that you have achieved at this point, kind of, you may say 50% you're stuck in neutral at this point, Indian hockey. The other 50% will depend upon the transition that we make, because this was the final game for the wall. PR Sreejesh, his international career is done. You are not going to get any other goalkeeper of the caliber of PR Sreejesh. Sreejesh at this point in time was the freak, and he, along with the core that was there, and Harmanpreet Singh, Hardik Singh, there was also Jarmanpreet, there was Manpreet, Sukhjit, Amit Rohidas, Lalit Upadhyay, Vivek Krishan Prasad, all of them, they came together, and if you look at it, even Sanjay, they all came together and formed the core. The core was there even in Tokyo.
Yes.
Yeah.
The core is there even now. But now you're going to see an aging core at this point in time with Sreejesh bidding at you. And this is a fitting farewell, although the color, if I had expected from what I had gotten from the Indian men's hockey team, it should have been a much more brighter color of yellow, I would have assumed. But no. Sreejesh has gone on a high, but not on an ultimate high. Now, Indian hockey, is it on the rise? That only time will tell, for one simple reason, okay? You've got certain things to work upon.
Yeah.
In the FIH Pro League, that is why I appeal to the Indian hockey team, and luckily now there is a structure in place. The FIH Pro League participation is doing wonders.
Yes.
Because you are playing against the top 8 teams of the world consistently in games which are home and away. So, you're playing Netherlands on a consistent basis, you're playing Belgium on a consistent basis, you're playing Australia on a consistent basis, you're playing all the top teams, Germany on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
The problem before the Pro League, is it any coincidence that India's upswing in hockey began with the arrival of the FIH Pro League? Before that, the main complaint that was there was, oh, no, this team can't participate because you don't play top teams very frequently. You don't play Belgium frequently, you don't play Netherlands frequently, you don't play Germany, Australia very frequently. But now, they have been doing it. Sure, they have not finished on top of the Pro League, they have not won it. But now, this confidence that they've got in the Pro League, because they had a very good 22-23 season in the Pro League.
Yeah.
They finished in the top 3 or 4. Then after that, they won the Asian Champions Trophy, undefeated. They won the Asian Games, undefeated. Because looking at it, they are the best team in Asia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is a clear-cut conflict between Asia and Europe at this point in time. And to a certain extent, Oceania. Oceania is where Australia is. So that's why there have been some instances, but the plant hasn't grown as high as you would have expected it to be. See, you expect gold. You expect gold in the hockey field for India because 8 Olympic gold medals, they are the original benchmark of dominance.
Exactly.
8 gold medals, 1928 Amsterdam gold, 1932 Los Angeles gold, 1936 Berlin gold, 1948 London gold, 1952 Helsinki gold, 56 Melbourne gold. That streak ended in 60 when you got the silver against Pakistan, 64 gold medal. Then you had 68 bronze, 72 bronze, 80 gold.
But after that streak of so many medals at the Olympics, you had that dip also when you didn't even qualify for the 2008 Olympics. But then after that, coming back in Rio and then having that going to the quarterfinals, then winning the bronze medal, and now again a bronze medal. Yeah, definitely India was eyeing that gold medal this time around for Sreejesh also, for the rest of the team also. But as far as the young core is also concerned, you have players like Hardik also who have shown promise in this Olympic Games also. So moving ahead, I think the future for the Indian hockey is definitely good. And now going ahead in the Olympic Games next time, it's not going to be that people are happy enough with the bronze medal. Next time, I think there will be more promise, more expectations from this hockey team, and then it will be interesting to see how the team actually sort of plays under when there are hopes and expectations.
There is one of the things that has really happened good for this Indian hockey is that in the past few years or so, there have been those criticism that you cannot really match the opponents like Netherlands, Australia, Spain,
Belgium,
Argentina or Belgium for that matter. But what this Indian team has really achieved in these two Olympics is that, okay, they can not really just step up to the plate, but they can also make sure that it's not just about giving great competition, but it's about winning those matches in which that you have to seal those come from behind victories. Case in point being, I think it was
New Zealand.
New Zealand for that matter. Argentina was a 1-1 draw, although India did not really do well in the penalty corners thing, but then they managed to secure a draw. But the win, for me, I think the highlight of India men's hockey team from the Paris Olympics was their win over Australia. Yes, there can be an argument that Australia were clearly undercooked, they were very rusty throughout the tournament, and mind you, Australia also got eliminated by Netherlands in the quarterfinals for that matter. But then that win really proved to be important for India, for them to be giving momentum heading into the
not just that, India would have had to play Netherlands only, if I'm not wrong, if they finished fourth. So I think winning that game against Australia also gave you the advantage of finishing second in the group stage. Yes. That gave you a much weaker opponent in Great Britain during the quarterfinals also.
And that also justifies, one of the things that we have termed as cliches in sport, that it's very important to strike when the game starts rather than you wait for it. But that's what India did against Australia.
But I totally disagree that Australia were undercooked.
But why? They were a bit rusty.
No. I think somehow they couldn't get the momentum going from game one itself, because that 1-0 win versus Argentina, I was like, wait, this is an Australia that scores goals for fun. What happened? Either they are getting bogged down, or this whole core that was there with Australia, everybody got old at the same time.
Yes.
Because this is the same Australia heading into this Olympics were the Pro League champions. They were the FIH Pro League champions, getting on top of Belgium, Netherlands. So it's not as if they lacked any kind of thing. India's preparation, on the other hand, was far more tougher, because they lost all 7 games to Australia. Yes. They lost in the Pro League at crucial, and at one point they were staring at relegation. But they were 7th, they were a long way away from relegation in that sense. These two teams actually fought. They were at the bottom of the Pro League and they are contesting for bronze, which shows that there is a bit of a gap between the top and the thing. Now, as far as other things, will there be confidence heading into Los Angeles? It's a very 50-50
yeah,
thing. I'll tell you why.
Because there's going to be a transition, first of all.
India's transition, you're looking at life minus Sreejesh. Number 2, the rest of the world is catching up.
Yes.
And whether you have the technique to ensure that you do not lag behind, that is subjective. But I would like to credit the Odisha government, at least in this particular instance, because if India's resurgence is there, and this is not a paid propaganda campaign, this is not a PR campaign that we are going at this 1 minute that I'm going to tell you. Prior to 2016, hockey was going to be sidelined and chucked into the dustbin. No one wanted to do, because for 30 years you had endured trauma.
Yes.
84, 88, 92, 96, 2004, 8, you hit rock bottom in 2008. The gold standard of, yes. In 2012 you finished last. Everybody was saying, yeah, let us not even look at hockey. Okay. You had a fictional film that was celebrating a hockey triumph of 2002, but that was the Commonwealth.
Yes.
In 2015 and 16, 2 things happened. The Hockey World League, the Hockey India League, and later on, a couple of years later, Odisha government. Odisha's push for the hockey situation, creating excellent facilities in Bhubaneswar, creating great hockey training facilities in Sundargarh, getting all of that ensured it became the hub.
Yes.
Hockey hub is Odisha. Look at the facilities that is there. Of course, if you match it to Antwerp, if you match it to The Hague, if you match it in all the other centers, it is lagging behind, but at least hockey has a great structure. So credit to the Odisha government for at least ensuring hockey didn't slip out of the nation's consciousness.
The Kalinga Stadium's
Kalinga
beauty
Stadium,
and
yeah.
overall, the complex that they have made.
And you are probably proposing the largest hockey stadium built in the form of the Birsa Munda Stadium in Jharkhand. So that is why, looking at it, this kind of triumphs will ensure that hockey remains in the consciousness of a lot of people.
True.
The likes of PR Sreejesh, the likes of Harmanpreet, the likes of Sukhjeet, Mandeep, all of them have ensured that they have a cult following. And appreciate one thing, that this guy in particular, I think Hockey India has already designated him as the god of hockey.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think so,
It was
yes.
Dilip Turkey who made a comment recently only that Sreejesh is the god of Indian hockey.
But what a journey it has been. I was listening to his interaction with Dinesh Karthik the other day. He was telling that when he started hockey, he started because in Kerala, if you're playing national in any sport, you get those grace marks in your board exams also. So he started playing hockey. He saw how people played hockey. He was a fat kid to begin with.
Yep.
He saw a goalkeeper there. He saw him standing there. So he thought that this is the best way to get into a national team and then sort of get those grace marks. But what a journey. He would have never thought at that point that for which grace marks he is actually working. Moving ahead, he would want that gold medal also going into the Olympics.
Of course. I mean, see, he comes from Kerala, a state that specializes in football. To get into hockey from there and to ensure the mark that he's made, I mean, 400 international games.
More than that.
More than that. The only guy, if I can think of, who's done it is Eddie Ockenden of Australia. He's played more than 400 games.
386 games for Sreejesh.
At this point,
yeah.
But then sometimes, we also have to credit the people who do not really come in front of the camera but do a lot of great work behind the scenes. And the man that I'm talking about is Dilip Turkey, who is the president of Indian hockey. And if we look at the way, he conducts himself, in a way also he's that man who led the Indian hockey really well during the time he played. And now with him being at the helm of those all important matters, being the most important stakeholder in Indian hockey, I think that also proves to be a very great factor for players to have that backing. Okay, we can do well because we know someone who can really back us, who has played hockey, has this knack or the mind of how things are run here. So I think these are the things that also
see, Turkey sir, if you look at it, came from the era when Indian hockey was in its last stages, if you have to look at it. Turkey sir really did well, and because of him, Dhanraj Pillai, and we've got our guest also coming in, Arjun Halappa, all of them, they tried their best to ensure hockey continued to remain in India's consciousness. But you know what, Sid and Shashwat, you used to tell me, why am I doing these FIH Pro League games? Why I say that this is important. It's important for this.
Yes.
You're important because I used to focus on every game. The World Cup was a big disappointment. In 2023 was double disappointment. You lost the Hockey World Cup at home in the most excruciating circumstances that you could get. You lost even at that point in time so many things. You had a chance to win the Pro League, you didn't do it. So that is why I am only glad for the fact that you've at least gotten a medal at this point, and that is why it is going to be a good feat that you have had in Indian hockey. I'll be doing certain videos about what were the clutch moments, India's journey, what were the moments that defined that India could win the medal at this point. Harmanpreet Singh, but then there are 9 positives in this Indian team out of 10. The one thing which could have made the difference between silver, gold on this bronze medal, it is a bit harsh. But somewhere down the line, I think the Indian hockey team did not take totally into Craig Fulton's mantra of defend well and attack. The defense lived up to that for only one game. It was against Great Britain.
Yeah.
It was only against them. Apart from that, you let the advantage squander in games versus New Zealand. You already were behind, even against Spain, but that was because of a tackle. It is an unfortunate tackle that happened, so that is why it is going to be a big situation for them. But then, Fulton's mantra, had they taken it to the T, I think they would have been in a gold winning position today. But because they have been playing excellent hockey against all the teams, even against Belgium. You are rescued against Belgium by PR Sreejesh. Let us make it very better at this point.
Belgium had close to around 8 to 10 odd chances to score.
Exactly, and you kept Alexander Hendricks quiet, which is not a mean feat when you look at it. So, yes, India have a certain thing in world hockey, 13-time medalists. The next best is probably only Germany/West Germany. So, you won a bronze medal in a big way, and that's what Ashish is saying. Indian hockey performs better than Indian cricket team in crunch matches. 2 consecutive bronze, a creditable effort. Well done, Team India. But Ashish, I disagree on that particular point. You lost a crunch game to Germany.
Yeah.
Yes.
You lost a crunch game in 2021 to the Belgians. That's why you had to play in that crunch match when everything was on the line against Germany in 2021 and Spain even here. And even here, you are made to fight. This comment is a problem. Do not compare sports. Do not compare occasions. The Indian cricket team in a crunch game is different from a Indian hockey team crunch game in an Olympics. And Olympics, you have to deal with multiple of teams. Now, you play different teams. It's difficult to plan because they have a different strategy altogether. That's what I understand with Rohit Sharma saying that. He said that yes, it's difficult to plan. A bilateral series I can do well. But then in a multi-nation event, it is quite difficult. Mayur Kashyap has to bring in cricket comment when there is on hockey. Please recollect India versus Sri Lanka ODI match in Gaba 2012 tri-series, SL 289 for 6. If India fails to beat SL in Gaba, how can you expect to beat them? But boss, that was 12 years ago. And India-Sri Lanka ODI match in Gaba, I understand India were very bad in that tri-series. But understand one thing. You're all angry at this point in time because you lost for 27 years in a Sri Lanka ODI series. But then it's happened. A better team has to do well at this point in time. So Daniel M is saying Kerala players must now play football and Saroj Patro was saying, Arey, stop somewhere. Spain was very close to drawing the game. Though we won, we need to improve a lot. We lose possession. So Saroj Patro, I agree with you. Especially the defense.
But even India in the semi-final had a lot of opportunities to draw that game, but that did not happen, and I feel that is part of such a game, and that too such a game that is so high-paced.
Exactly. So that is why that is the we'll go up the other comment that is there. We can't take it because it's not even worth taking it. Go up. If you can go up or go down. Okay, Priyanshu is saying, really happy for legend Sreejesh. I don't know if Indian hockey is ready without Sreejesh. He was the match-defining player in every match. Spain beating Belgium really worked in India's favor. As I said, you need a bit of luck also, my friend. True. You could have been playing Belgium for the bronze. Exactly. And I'm honestly saying, you may have won the bronze. But I don't know if Indian hockey is ready without Sreejesh. I don't think they are. This bronze medal is good. But you're still light years behind Netherlands and
Australia,
Belgium.
even for that matter.
Yes.
You may have defeated them, but let's not, count out Australia.
But
they're a formidable opponent.
Now the Kookaburras have a major problem. Their transition's going to take longer because you've got so many players who are going to go away from the national team in the next couple of seasons. You've got Eddie Ockenden who's going to go off. You're going to have a Blake Govers who's not going to be there around soon. Blake Govers is one of the best drag flick specialists in the world after Harmanpreet. Then you've got Tom Craig. He's played over 100, but then he's now under a cloud because of what's happened in Paris. You've got even Jake Wetton at this point. You've got a promising youngster in Lachlan Sharp who is there. You've got Harvey who's doing well. But even the Australian core is growing old, and that is why I think there is now going to be a period when Australia might struggle. The Kookaburras might struggle, but Netherlands and Belgium, that is where you have to ace your game. If you want to win a medal, you have to beat Netherlands and Belgium consistently. You can't rely on luck. Spain took Belgium out. That's why India was saved. India beat Australia. That is why you avoided an even tougher opponent than the Netherlands.
True.
Because you have not cracked the Netherlands code for decades now.
Let's take, another comment for Saroj Patro.
I took that.
Yes, okay. I thought that, okay.
We took it.
Pawan, can we just scroll up maybe? And see... Priyanshu, I think.
We took Priyanshu. Atharva Gupta saying, no, we won't do better. Everyone gives away in pressure. Pressure. That is the one thing that the Indian team must handle. But
see, India were in pressure today also. Let's just, not take the game of the Germany game into consideration, because that was also a time wherein India did fight well. But obviously, Germany on that given day were better. According to me personally, we cannot really say that had India converted that last second goal, things would have been different. We might have had a penalty shootout. Okay, we can say that. But for me, me, I think it was all about how the team performed throughout the game. And to be very honest, I think Germany were better. But in case of India also today, against Spain, they did make a lot of mistakes. But then obviously Spain weren't really better than India.
Okay, I'll take two comments now. And Soumya Ranjan Pradhan, thanks. Yes, even Dilip Tirki also played 412 international games. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
That's why Tirki sir's experience, you needed it in Hockey India, and that's why luckily we have got Tirki sir at this point.
And now you need you need him behind the scenes also, especially at a time when you will be going through a transition.
Exactly. Why we is saying, can we create IPL like domestic league for hockey, which can inspire similar tribalism? A hockey league was created. The Hockey India League, if you have to look at it, HIL, you had a lot of teams like the Ranchi Rhinos, you had all those other teams coming up. There was a team from Mumbai also, there was a team from Delhi also. Yeah. You did have it, but then it fell through because there was not much of sponsorships.
True.
There was not much of money, and this is where I would like to say to every Indian fan, watch hockey far often. Because you will only come as a tribal group for the Olympics and for the World Cup, but then for the rest of the time, how many of you follow the FIH Pro League? How many of you follow the Asian Champions Trophy? How many of you do the Asian Games? Very few.
For that matter, yeah.
Very few. CWG is not considered as one of the torch bearers when you look at aggression.
Still a tournament.
It's still a tournament, but then the future is also uncertain.
Yeah.
Your main things in hockey, please follow the Pro League on a consistent basis. See where the players are doing, what are they doing in their off time. Follow other sports, broaden the mentality. Then and only then, if you understand what each player goes through, then you'll understand. There was a Hockey India League in 2014-15, but it fell through because lack of sponsorships and because it was financially mismanaged also.
True.
Since I'm late to the party, I hope there's been a little party here prior to my arrival.
It was emotional.
I remember saying this yesterday before leaving, that consider today as a day equivalent to the magnitude of the World Cup final.
Of course.
And remember, Siddharth, what happened here after India won the World Cup final? There was you, who's on the shoulders, who's dancing, having said that he doesn't want to dance. So did you break into dance today or not?
No, I didn't break into dance because we immediately wanted to go live and just capture that raw emotion that was flowing in each.
You want to shake a leg right now?
No,
He is still a little disappointed. He was expecting for that. He was expecting a gold.
Okay, tonight though, I sort of got to know about you listing out why it is important and why going forward India need to be preparing much better if you want to be champions. Of course, the idea was that. However, are you saving all your moves for tonight? Is the expect now the tone's been set? Tone's been set. You were looking at, so the only thing was whether India can break ground. India broken ground today. You're short of a second medal in some way. Let's not jinx it. Fingers crossed. But it could be a hat trick as well.
It could be this color. It could be the which hat trick?
You can even have Aman Sehrawat.
Aman Sehrawat could assure you a medal. So
you could definitely do.
It was relief. I'll tell you why. Because you won a medal after 1 week. The last medal you won was August 1st.
And this is also the first medal apart from shooting. You've broken that jinx also.
So there is relief. So Bad Boys are saying, Sidvi sir, when will that day come when Indians will become habitual of winning gold? Or will we continue to celebrate on smaller achievements? Are we normalizing it or have we made up our mind?
But like you just mentioned, you should also show the same amount of love all throughout the year.
Look,
not just once in 4 years.
See, are you saying that the bronze medal is a very small achievement? This is the problem. We are too swayed by the color of the medal. Yes, I'm disappointed that we couldn't have gone for the gold because I expected this team to do well. I expected with the score that they will do well, but I am not at all disappointed that they got the bronze. They got the bronze and it's no longer a smaller achievement. You have achieved a back-to-back after 52 years.
You won a bronze. I think India ranked 5th in the world right now. The teams ranked 1 and 2 are out of the competition, right?
Yeah.
So you actually, when you talk about, which team got what out of the tournament, India are coming back with Belgium, Australia, not having anything to show for. India have a bronze
One
medal
is still there, Netherlands.
to show for. Yes, of course. But the two big sharks are not there.
Yeah.
And they've been home for a couple of days now.
Yep.
India though will have a bronze medal to show for. It's good to take Indian hockey forward, which has been on a resurgence, let's say, for about 4 to 6 years now, one can say, after the low of 2016. 2020 was a groundbreaking moment,
Yep.
a moment that India desperately needed. However, you were looking at the Indian team pivoting from there.
Yes.
And you had those signs until the last 48 hours back, and Germany came in your way, and hands down were probably the better team on the day as well. Who knows if things would have turned out? India had a better head-to-head going into that match. However, it didn't turn out to be the case on the night that it mattered the most. I get the sense that yes, celebrations. I was upstairs, as you guys know, and I was looking at celebrations. You know, from the pins in Punjab to some of the villages in Haryana to even Odisha, which has played a huge role over here. The state of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik and his government. Yes, they may not be in power right now, but whatever that Odisha, Naveen Patnaik and his government have done deserves a mention in this conversation.
Which we did
as
for
well.
5 minutes. Saroj Patro, rewind back. We did spare not a few words. We spared 5 minutes talking about Odisha government and how they have created the facilities.
There were also a lot of words, being shared on Dilip Tirki also, who has been, I think, a very instrumental factor in helping India win this, because his role behind the scenes, I think, is very much important too.
And just the fact that we are disappointed with the bronze medal also, that I feel that in itself is an achievement to begin with.
Indeed.
There is that little, tinge of disappointment, and you sort of, yes, the euphoria is there, but maybe it's not raised the roof, because you needed this moment 3 years back and you got it. Now you were looking at just scaling things to another level. The fact that you didn't get that scaling this time is where that little bit of disappointment comes. Also, whenever you disappointment means that there is expectation, means there is hope as well. So the expectation was there, it wasn't met, but you had to bounce back. The Indian team had to bounce back after that defeat, which many were saying was always going to be a 50-50 competition. It did turn out to be the case as well.
It was. So there was one comment from Swati which I had to take. Swati Nandakumar. Yeah, that's the one. It is also media's responsibility to popularize the game. Why not do pre and post match for all the FIH hockey matches? We follow every bilaterals for cricket but nothing for hockey. Okay, Swati Nandakumar, that's
I
the
want
problem.
to just point out A. Gupta's comment over there. See, everyone, it is public demand now, Siddharth, that for all the work that you've done over the last week or so, you deserve to break into dance, yaar. You
Only
deserve
last
it.
week. Just last week. I thought.
See, there is
Neeraj,
request being made from inside the studio.
Okay, you can make a promise that if Neeraj wins the gold, you'll definitely do that.
See, firstly,
I'll give you company. I really do not mind.
Biryani for us tonight.
which is what I'm going to do after this. Yes.
Rehearsing?
Biryani.
Biryani.
Yeah,
yes,
we have a
of course,
biryani
I
party
I
also.
don't care about the dance. I want biryani.
Of course. After this, I am
You care about
ordering.
the dance, huh?
Everyone
A.
does. We
Gupta,
have comments after
See,
about that too.
what I can only promise one thing, A. Gupta, for the team here. After this, because it's such a monumental moment, I am ordering biryani for the whole team. And that is why.
But for the
it is
family also, they also want something. Na? They want to see
See,
you
their
dance.
treat will be you
Yeah,
shaking a leg over here,
exactly.
showing
I
them
will
your moves.
try,
You've seen the moves of the Indian team with this stick. We want to see your moves as well.
I'll try. But then see, I don't want to jinx it prior to that. But then if you want me to get biryani for the whole family, I'm not a multi-billionaire.
No. I'm saying for the biryani for the team here, but because it's not possible to send biryani to all of them.
I am not a
500K.
multi-billionaire.
That's what I'm saying.
Even if
Their
you were,
treat
it's
will
not
be Siddharth
possible.
Vishwanathan breaking into
Yeah.
dance, telling everyone that not only is his knowledge about multiple sports right up there, so are his dancing moves.
2
Yeah.
a.m. when this yellow metal will go around Neeraj, I will break into a dance.
That's more like it. That's more like it.
So do tune and
Because I am very much positive about Neeraj's chances today, because he came in with a swag, he delivered 89.34. See, he has nothing left to prove.
Exactly.
If he does achieve the gold, and again, these guys will use the same play and say, oh, you guys jinxed it, how dare you hype him. Boss, Neeraj deserves the hype, yaar. He's not lost anything for such a long time. Yes, it could happen, some other things, unhoni bhi ho sakta hai. But please understand one thing.
You're a guy who has, sorry to cut you short, said that, but a guy since the Tokyo Olympics who's not finished lesser than second position.
Yeah.
And that second position was also, I think, was Weber who went ahead of him in the Diamond League. But otherwise,
Valdez.
But otherwise, you look at the track record, how is it that the Indian team, the Indian supporters, journalists, the common man, anyone you name it, the expectation and the euphoria is already set. Because for a man with such a good record, how is it that you don't expect?
Exactly. So that is why Neeraj has got nothing left to prove. He's completed javelin. He can join one more guy in completing Olympic gold, World Championship gold, and Olympic gold again. And that was young Zelensky, the original GOAT of
He's
javelin.
third of the it was his third, right, in 2000?
2001.
2001.
See, 93, 92. 92 Barcelona, 93 World Championships. 96 Atlanta, 97 World Championships. 2000 Sydney, 2001 World Championships. And Zelensky is thrown 90 plus meters. 96 meters was
So much to look forward to over there.
Exactly.
Neeraj Chopra doesn't care about 90 meters. You look at those 12 participants today, 5 of them have crossed the 90-meter mark. Neeraj is not one of them, but doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
He is the defending champion.
Exactly.
And he is the one who threw 89.34 meters.
So, and the bad boys, totally wrong. I would dance, but this one was relief. But I expected more from the hockey team because for this score, they definitely deserved more than a bronze. But I'm happy with a bronze, and it's relief. After 1 week, you've gotten one medal was snatched because of what happened with Harmanpreet.
There's an inquiry going on for
There
that.
is an
There's
inquiry,
a
but
hearing
we'll get to
going
that
on.
much
Yes.
later. And with 2 back-to-back medals, what impact will this have at grassroots level? Will this inspire kids to pick this beautiful game?
Definitely.
Again, you look at the spread of how much hockey talent is there. It's either Punjab, Haryana, Odisha, very few from the south in Karnataka, and if you look at it in Kerala, okay, very few. Your major cities are not providing you that much of talent if you look at it. Very few are concentrated in just these 4 places. Punjab,
It's a
Haryana,
conversation
Jharkhand.
for a
and-
different day
Yeah.
altogether, Siddha, but I get your point. It's a point very well made because hockey, unlike cricket or a couple of other sports, is far more inclusive, is far more widespread.
Yep.
However, hockey is existent only in certain pockets, as you mentioned, and that's and it's a problem of culture. I can tell
Yeah.
you as a Delhiite that culture was there about a couple of decades, but right now with the youth, if you were to ask, it's not been there.
It's not
the
been
infrastructure. So that's the irony. In
Correct.
Delhi, you get the best infrastructure. The infra is there. There's multiple turfs over here as well. But the culture is missing. The culture, like that army culture you talk about, the army culture is also there
Yes.
in terms of kids wanting to take the army. Parents also nudging the children to join the army is also there. Only in a few states and
Correct.
certain pockets that applies the same. to
So,
hockey
if
as
you
well.
want a steady thing, which was suggested by one of our family members, 3 basic points. Ensure that you revive the Hockey India League and financially make it much more stable and manage it well. Have franchisees like the IPL style. Ensure now that you play top teams like Netherlands, Belgium, Australia on a consistent basis. Get players involved in the Hockey India League also. You've got money now. Okay, money is an issue, not an issue anymore. Now sponsors are there waiting up. So revamp the HIL. Ensure that your players get exposure everywhere. And again, why can't you allow players to play for certain foreign leagues like in Belgium, Netherlands and this? At least you need not follow the cricket model. Cricket model will hurt you somewhere down the line. So these 2 things. Third, HIL done with the IPL like a franchisee system. Ensure your players play overseas far more often and continue to be consistent in the pro league. These are the 3 mantras which I'm sure, if not 2028, definitely you will see improvement in 2032.
See, there's going to be one more point that I'll add to what Siddharth has said. Number 4 will be to set up academies in cities, which Siddharth clearly pinpointed, maybe Delhi, Mumbai, or for that matter Karnataka, because the point here is, for this to happen, you'll have to secure funding from any of the investor, whether it is government based or the private based. But if there is basically a point to promote it also, well, let me just quote the example of the IPL here. When the Women's Premier League had to be brought into picture, it was the IPL only, or the IPL stars who basically promoted it. So if we really have to promote the hockey in cities like maybe Delhi, Mumbai, Karnataka for that matter, that's how I think some kind of promotion can take place, because if the bigger names come on television and they promote it, definitely there is going to be a great growth at the grassroots level too.
Exactly, yeah. Saroj Patra, Chennai had conducted the Asian Champions Trophy, but when was the last time they had conducted? Nearly 20-30 years ago. That is why I am saying you have to ensure that cities get a far spread of it, get the local talent flowing from there also, and ensure they play on a consistent basis. But now it's time to celebrate this hockey bronze. We have broken a jinx of 1 week, which was there. A pall of gloom had descended.
We've also broken a jinx of 52 years of not being able to win successive medals in hockey. 52 years, that's how long India waited. And we're talking about stats, 4th The number 4 continues to be with us, by the way.
Yeah. It is.
It's our 4th bronze. India's tally is now up to 4.
Yeah. And this 4th, no one will wonder. No one will raise an issue about it, despite so many 4th place finishes. This 4th will be really special.
As many as 6.
6. So that's why we have to wait until the Olympics for I don't know how many 4th place finishes. Maybe one more, I don't know.
But let's see if
Let's
4
see.
can be 5 or 6 by the time we bid you good night.
Or
But for now,
7.
we'll take your leave maybe.
We'll take your leave, and don't forget, the day has just begun.
Yeah.
Because the main thing is, I know.
There's a comment.
Mythflick.
Mr. Gulati can't stop thinking about biryani.
I know.
I don't blame him.
For once,
I
Control,
don't
Uday.
blame him. I don't blame
I
him.
want him to, hold on to
There's
his
only
promise.
2 things we here at Sports Today are thinking of. One's the Neeraj gold medal. Second is the biryani that Siddharth's promised all of us.
Yep. That's gonna come soon. So the real major marquee event that you're looking at is 11:55 onwards. Neeraj Chopra.
Going for gold, and let's not also forget about Aman
Aman
Sehrawat,
Sehrawat.
because he has qualified for the
945.
7 kg freestyle.
Nikhil Babu, we'll do that and we'll discuss the chances once the
Yeah.
semi-final ends at 9:45. Okay, so we'll discuss that at that point. So from all of us here, a very happy bronze medal. Congratulations to the India men's hockey team, and congratulations PR Sreejesh, going out on a high.
Brilliant career.
Legendary salute, a brilliant career. The wall of India, the god of hockey, has Hockey India designated.
There is a second bronze on the Great Wall of India.
Of
Oh, yes.
course, it is, fittingly. So thank you so much, folks. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and analysis. We are reaching a very important landmark of 500K. Help us get there. Hopefully then we would have ended the Olympics on top of the podium.
And maybe we get just more biryani when we get to 500K as well.
Yeah, that is, but then boss, it will be middle of the month, as you know. Okay, so middle class problems, folks. So me, Harshit, Shashwat and Sid Gulati, it is Babai and Pawan, also a producer. We'll be back for more. I'll be doing some special hockey explainers on their journey. What was the moments which probably cost them the highest price? And Neeraj Chopra and Aman Sehrawat. Bye-bye.